So if you don't know already, the R&D tax incentive is the Australian government's key program for encouraging companies to undertake R&D in Australia. It's an entitlement-based program, so it's not competitive. If you're undertaking eligible activities and meet all of the requirements, you can access the program in a particular year. It is an annual program. In terms of what's happening in the space, the program hasn't changed too much in recent years, but a few sort of things to note is a strategic examination started earlier this year. So throughout this year, they're doing a review of the program and seeing if there's potentially ways to sort of better align it with the government's strategy on innovation. The output of the review will be a report with, some ideas, thoughts, suggestions of how to potentially improve and change the program. That will be given to the government, and then I guess we'll have to wait and see what their sort of response is to that, whether they make any changes or not. Another point to mention is the transparency report. So at the end of last year, for the first time, the ATO released a list of every applicant for the R&D tax incentive. So that was data from FY22, and it's something that they're going to start doing each year, but it's sort of a 2-year delay on the data coming out. The report lists all of the companies, so it's their company name, their ABN, and then total expenditure. So it's quite interesting to see who is claiming and who isn't claiming. And a lot of companies are finding it interesting as a way to benchmark their R&D against competitors or, other players in their space as well. The report included, I believe it was 11,500 companies, which is, quite a big number. And the spend on R&D ranged from the smallest end of about 20,000, which is the sort of minimum spend to make a claim, up to $200 million, which is
200 million.
Yes, which is quite a big range. The 200 million plus claim was Atlassian, so they were the largest claimant in that year. But that being said, the average sort of claim was about 1 million. So yeah, it is quite a range there. Another thing to flag as well, there are some changes to the annual application form that are going to be made. We don't know exactly what those changes are yet, but they will be sort of going live on the online portal from 1 July, I believe. So if you've started your claim early, which is great, I always suggest that, just keep in mind that some things on the portal might change. I'm not sure if you've already put information in there, if it may be deleted. So just keep that in mind and make sure you have things saved somewhere else as well, but also keep an eye out for what those changes might be. Another thing I'm seeing in the space is there's a lot of R&D financing companies popping up. So an R&D financing company is a company that offers companies the potential to get a loan against an expected R&D refund. So companies with a turnover of less than 20 million, if you're not in a tax-paying position, you can potentially get a refund through the R&D tax incentive program. So the financing option just gives you the ability to access that funding earlier and during the year. Some companies will get loans on a quarterly basis. So it's an option to consider if you do have cash flow issues and want that cash earlier.